All right, you guys, so standing fabric is right in front of you. Go ahead, hook the right foot into the fabric, and you want it hooked just at the arch of the foot. So you have this little stirrup position here, okay? Slide both hands up on the fabric, just starting a little bit higher and then gently working your way in. Pivot your left toes forward. You're gonna lift your left heel and you're gonna gently start to shift your weight forward into a hamstring stretch. Now make sure you're not collapsing in the shoulders, so you're drawing the shoulder blades down away from the ears. You should feel a nice stretch. If you don't, you can wiggle or slide your hands down a little bit lower on the fabric, getting deeper into the hips. Keep squeezing this right leg in towards the midline so you feel a nice stretch there. Good. Shift your weight back over that left heel. Actively push your right leg down towards the ground. Pull your right hip bone back, your left hip bone forward. You're going to gently bend into the elbows, bringing your chest towards your thigh towards your chest. So you're closing the gap there. If you feel pretty balanced, if you don't feel balanced, keep your hands in the fabric, but if you feel balanced, arms outside the leg, you're gonna take an interlock grip, index finger extend, thumbs are extend, and then stretch your fingertips down towards the ground and your forehead towards your shin. Feel that stretch. Gently replace your hands, bend into the knee as you walk your hands up, working your arms up as high in the fabric as you can, and then coming right underneath your plumb line. So we're gonna go into one of our first little tricks. So this one we're gonna do twice. So the first time I'll do, and I will break it down along the way. I want you to watch it, and then the second time we'll try it together. So keep in mind, now you're in control of your own practice because you're in the comfort of your own home or studio, wherever you are. So you don't have the support of an instructor. So I always ask you, there's time. So there's time to work deeper and deeper into your practice, or waiting until you do have help with some of the more challenging postures like this one. So only go into if you do feel comfortable, or maybe you have someone around you that can spot you going in. So let me break it down first, talk about the logistics of it, and then we'll try it together. So the right leg is on the fabric. It should be like a step at the arch of the foot. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come up to a standing position. If you feel like your hands are really slippery, you might struggle with this a little bit because you do need a nice tight grip strength. There is such thing called rosin that you put on your hands that will make it stick a little bit more towards the fabric. So feel free to pick up some of that if you're really struggling here, okay? So you're gonna go ahead and reach up on the fabric. You're gonna stand into this right leg, pulling yourself up to a standing position on the fabric, and then you pull your left knee in towards your chest. So that should be your free leg, left knee into the chest. Now the position of the legs really isn't gonna change. So my leg stays straight the whole time, my knee stays bent the whole time. I'm gonna adjust my hands a little bit lower, so I'm grabbing about hip height on the fabric. Now this is where you do wanna make sure that that grip is super tight, because you're gonna take a lot of weight into your hands. The grip strength is something that will come in time, so you can't really rush it. So you just need to slowly build up that grip strength. So holding at the hips, keeping the position of the legs, I'm leaning back into a little bit of a back bend. So I'm gonna start to take my upper body back, extending the arms, and keep pulling the left knee in towards the chest. Relax the head and hang out here. Worst thing I can do here is let go, so you don't do that. The way to get out is you bend into both knees, stepping your left foot down towards the ground, and you come back to the starting position. Okay, so maybe stretch and open up the hands. Something to consider when you're there, really work on pushing your hips up towards the sky. So you're finding that backward bending. If the hips come down towards the ground, your body's gonna feel a lot heavier because you're dropping the weight down. So you'll struggle naturally a little bit more. So whenever you get into it, hips are pressing up, open up your shoulders, find that backward bending. So let's try it together. So right foot is on, slide your arms up on the silk. Gently stand up and try to do this with a little to no swing. So if you're swinging a lot, that's gonna make you feel a little bit more unstable. So feel free to take any swing out of the body, okay? Pull the left knee in towards the chest, keep it super tight and strong. So the knee is pulling in the whole time. Remember, once you're here, the legs really don't change. The upper body's just gonna get more parallel to the ground. Slide your hands down in line with your hips. You can go a little bit higher here if this is your first time, and then gently work closer down towards the hips. Make sure you feel super tight with the grip, okay? Now remember, whatever you do not let go. You're holding super tight, leaning your body back. Don't change the legs, lift those hips up. Good, hips are reaching up. Drop those shoulders down, relax your head. Hold here as long as you possibly can until the grips can't hold you. Bend into both knees, step your left foot down towards the ground. good. I hope you were successful in that one. It is a hard one, especially to learn in a virtual class, okay? So from here, drop the right knee behind the fabric, opening up into the hip. Make sure your left toes are forward. We're gonna go forward into a pigeon pose. So slide your arms up, lift the heel, and start to bring your upper body forward and down, opening that knee out to the side. Should feel the outer hip coming into a stretch and the glute coming into a stretch. Back leg should be super straight, active, and strong, and you're reaching your left heel away from the ground. Shift your weight back onto that left leg. Hook at the knee. Pivot on this left foot. Let's parallel with the back edge of the mat. Right arm is gonna go inside the fabric, and it's kind of like a Parsvottanasana, okay? So left foot's gonna stay down, right arm comes inside. I'm gonna dive my upper body through the fabric, reaching my right hand down towards the ground, shifting my weight forward and stretching the left arm up. If you are open the shoulders, you can grab a hold of further fabric, stretch both arms in opposite directions. Beautiful. Go ahead, if you switch fabrics, replace it back on the closest one. Shift your weight back, holding on 2 ropes. And we're just gonna switch sides. You're gonna go for a little swing.